Claude Diamond, welcome to the Wholesaling Inc. podcast. Rhino Nation, how are you today?
I'm great, man. Best of the season to you.
Man, it's early in Colorado. Thanks for getting up early with me. I'm sure you
It
probably want to be out there on the slopes today.
it is. Well, the ski area doesn't open for another hour, so I have time to wax my skis and talk with you.
All right, we're going to warm you up here a little bit today. So, Rhino Nation, this is one of my coaches, Claude Diamond. I've been working with him, and I'll tell you what, my sales have more than doubled since I met this guy. Found him on actually. Joe McCall introduced me. Joe McCall and Tom Kroll introduced me, and I found his YouTube channel and started watching all of it. I think I watched all of his videos. Then I finally called him, and now we work together. It's absolutely exploded my sales on my land purchases, my land buying, even my land selling, my marketing system. And Claude, we have a ton of house buyers and land buyers and commercial deal buyers listening today. And, you know, I want to just, we got such a short amount of time today, and I want to hear all these things, but, tell Rhino Nation a little bit about yourself before we kind of get started here.
I've been a private investor, an author, a recovering attorney for about 32 years. I've been an actual investor about 32 years. I've probably done what most people do, go to every seminar, read every book and tape. We're all information junkies. And I did one thing besides marrying my lovely wife. I had a great mentor, and he did something no one ever taught me. After all the education and all the information and everything, I saw him close somebody in one phone call. And I said, "How did you do that, man?" And he said, I just do it. He was what you call a natural salesperson. And I ended up being his gopher. With all this education and background, and I had a corporate job and everything, I said, I want to learn from this guy. And I fetched him bagels and coffee and whatever. And I learned, and I tried to quantify what exactly he's doing. And I made it into a 3-step system. I call it GUTS, great, untraditional, unorthodox techniques of sales. I just recently came out with a GUTS marketing system under the same concept of direct marketing, knowing how to be a charismatic seller, knowing how to get into people's heads and closing people on deals, real estate deals, land deals, coaching, all in one phone call most of the time. Sometimes two, not very often 3 phone calls. I don't do tremendous amount of follow-up. It's either right from that one phone call. And I just found out I was closing more deals a lot quicker. I was getting a lot less.
You just hit a hot button for me. I hate follow-up. Follow-up is boring. That's a lot of work. I like the one call close. And
yeah,
I'd never believed that until recently. I thought it had to be multiple calls, multiple lunches, multiple appointments, wine and dine.
I only do warm calls. I do attraction marketing in a simple method. And when I get people on the phone, I don't give a formal presentation. I do more like what a doctor does. I ask a few questions under the GUTS system. They start opening up what are their needs, their greeds, their problems. Do they want to buy land, sell land, invest in land? What do they want to exactly do? And I make and when people are in that, what we call the emotional state, the EQ, the emotional quotient, we can then make an offer and get a commitment, believe it or not, in the first phone call. I work fast. I go right to the point. I don't want to be an annoying salesperson. I want to do business honestly, ethically with people and help them solve their problems. And so instead of all these other things that everybody else does, all this busy work, all this expensive marketing and everything, let's just cut to the chase. And I close people. My biggest problem is scheduling sometimes. I'm one person with no employees. I work out of my homes in Colorado and California and North Carolina, and I just talk to people every day, a couple warm appointments. And fortunately, enough people say yes, that gives us a great quality of life.
Talk to people. TTP.
Yes.
Talk to people
what
every
a concept.
Single day.
Oh my God. I don't want to be an annoying, do you think about the insanity of the business, of the marketing? The majority isn't always right. They're telling you to set up all these other expensive marketing means, sending out a lot of stuff, hiring a lot of people to call, doing a lot of automatic devices and things like that. I set up a system where people schedule with me, call me, text me. We have great conversations because I'm using a sales system. It's question based, just like when you go to see your doctor. What does your doctor say when you walk in, Brent? Or when he walks in with that,
Where does it hurt? What's wrong with you? Why are you here?
yeah, and it just takes sales to the It's so much more relaxed. It's a lot more fun. I have fun. I can't retire. I don't want to retire. I'm having too much fun on the way to the bank.
I love it.
Talking to people. So you have to have a system, a 3-step system: agenda, qualification, commitment to close, and learn how to ask questions with different psychological techniques that we teach, and people respond to it because we've skipped the whole obvious manipulative type of conversation. Sir, this is your problem. This is what you told me. Let me offer you a couple solutions. Where should we go from here? Boom.
Well, that's the thing
I'm
with
in the,
this
I'm in the
business.
closing zone. I'm in the closing zone in the first conversation in the first couple of minutes.
Well, that's the thing with this business. Most of the time they have a problem. It might be a problem house or a problem rental, or they need to evict these tenants and they want to sell this property and they don't know how, and they need to go through probate issues, or getting that squatter out of the house. They've got problems, but a lot of times, Claude, we can't get them to make a decision. I call it the head in the sand type mentality. Can we do like a role play of some sort, like where I'm the
Sure.
seller and I need to let go of this property, but there's just all these issues and I need to talk to my attorney, blah, blah, blah.
Sir, you can talk to all the people you want. Talk to a realtor, talk to attorneys and everything. What's the bottom line, sir? Imagine for a moment if we could get this property, if you and I decided to do a business right now, would you have the best holiday? Would you have the best Christmas ever if this was off your back? Can you imagine you're not having that stress anymore, dealing with the tenants, the toilets, the repairs, this just selling the property? Would you like to have the best Christmas ever right now?
And just so everyone knows, we are role playing right now. This is live. This is not prepared ahead of time. So back in role play.
Where's my script? Where's my script? I always say scripts are cock up, by the way. If you have a system, you don't need a script. You can just be yourself. You don't have to be anybody else. You don't have to be Claude or Brent. You can just be yourself and have that nice human dialogue. How do you get good at this stuff? Okay. You practice. This is what I do with my students and Brent and everybody. We just practice so we get so good at this stuff that you're empowered. I'm sorry, go ahead.
That takes the pressure off.
Yeah.
If I can be myself, that takes the pressure off. I just have to follow the system. You already said the agenda, the qualification, the commitment to close, and then the button up, the after effect. But you could talk about that. Okay, so we're back in role play. Well, Claude, I've got a squatter in this house, and my wife, she's not sure she wants to get rid of it. She's emotionally attached. We raised our 3 children in here. And of course we want top dollar for the house. So,
sounds like it's over then. Why are we even talking today, Brent? What would you like to?
Well, I'm stressed out. I'm tired of losing sleep at night over this house. I live
but
in Florida.
What are you gonna do? You got that sentimental value. The kids grew up in the house. Your wife doesn't want to sell it. You've got a problem tenant. I guess it's over, right? Are we done?
Well, the kids, we're not done, Claude. I want to see if you can help us. The kids don't even come around. I'd like for them to help. And, but
I'm confused, Brent. What would you like for me? One minute you're telling me you want to sell the house, then you're telling me you can't sell the house.
Well, it's emotional. This is crazy. This is a hard decision for me. I just got your
then
your
just
letter.
live with it.
You just cold called me. That's right. I get letters all the time. I just got a cold call from you today. We just met. This is going fast.
That's what my wife said on our honeymoon.
Okay. All right. I like it, Claude. Maybe we should do business together.
It's up to you, but I'll make you an offer. I only make it once. You will have the problems are over, and I'll send you an agreement. We can do the deal right now, and in the next 15 days, this will be all consummated, and we're done. And you're going to have a great holiday. Imagine all this stress; everything's gone, man. Or you can say no to me right now. You pick.
Well, you'll take care of the squatter. I don't have to deal with that.
Suppose I said yes to that issue. What would you say to me next?
I mean, I'd be probably jumping for joy because
which means
Yeah, let's sell it. Let's
What?
take it off my hands.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, yeah. If you could take care of that squatter and you said yes, the house is yours.
You got a deal, sir. Thank you. Appreciate your trust. Boom. Did you? That was a good role play, and it's totally spontaneous. When the prospect brings up all these stalls and objections and think about it and everything, the traditional salesperson goes right back into their boring intellectual presentation. In the gut system, we use different aspects of psychological triggers. Say, sir, then just keep doing what you're doing. It's insanity, but just keep, I'm making you an offer. I'll never make it again. Did you hear this? I used a lot of scarcity. I used some social proof. I used authority, expertise in the business. When we're dealing with people and we get when you get somebody on the phone or you're communicating with somebody, you have that one shot to go to the bank today. When they say, well, call me in a week, I'll think about it, send me the paperwork and everything. What's the reality of that, Brent?
They just don't want to hurt your feelings. They're just kicking the can down the road.
Isn't it over? I mean, are you
Yeah.
really what happens statistically when you're after you make a contact, if you don't get a hard commitment, or you don't decide, we call it firing the prospect, that it's over, and you do all that follow up and leave voicemails and send what's a percentage of times that you're going to really do the deal after the fact? Very minuscule.
Yeah, maybe 10%
Less than
possibly.
yeah, it's over because because they're going to go to somebody else or a competitor's going to steal that deal. You've got one chance to kiss the girl. You got one chance to make the deal happen. Go for it. Life is short,
And
and that's how.
what I like that you talk about is you got to get them in that emotional state, thinking on emotions, and then they will defend that decision later on with logic.
Exactly. People make $1 million rule. I just did my Monday group call on that. People make immediate. This is if you learn this one rule and you have a system applied to it, you can make as much money as you want. If you want to know, it's basically people make immediate business decisions emotionally, but they have to justify them logically, academically. This is your responsibility to control the environment. You know what my definition of success is, Brent? You can
No.
take my wife and I, we've worked very hard for a great business, great lifestyle, super kids, no debt, not even mortgage debt. Okay, just by basically learning a way to communicate directly with people, get commitment, and have a lot of fun on the way to the bank. But if you take everything away from me today, but leave me healthy and knowledgeable, and you get me somehow to a burner, a cheap Walmart cell phone, in 30
Track
days,
phone.
yep, in 30 days or less, I'll be back on top again. That's how confident I am. Sales is the $1 million skill, and you have to do good attraction marketing too. You have to attract people with value, with rewards, incentives. Okay, not just have these run-on scrolling type web pages and spend tons. I spend no money on marketing. Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
I
I kind of
spend no
assumed
money.
a lot of it's organic that I see,
Yeah,
and that's the thing. It's like a lot of people listening to the Wholesaling Inc. podcast, and well, let me just back up. A lot of people listening to the Wholesaling Inc. podcast, they need to do. They're trying to do their first real estate deal, whether
hmm
it be house, land, apartment complex, whatever it is. So how can we help that person that's just trying to get started or quit that day job, or maybe they love their job but they need an additional $5,000-$10,000 a
sure.
month, maybe doing that first wholesale deal. It's called Wholesaling Inc. Let's wholesale that first deal and pay off some debt. So how can that person use a little bit of mixture of marketing, warm leads, having warm inbound calls?
hmm
Because a lot of Rhino Nation, they will do cold calling, they will do texting, they will send out postcards and what I call my LOLs, my blind offers.
Okay.
So how do we make it more of a warm lead coming in and get a deal done in the next 30 days?
First thing is we got to deal with reality. Like I said earlier, there's a lot of insanity. We keep doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. And what happens to most people, it happened to me, probably happened to you. We go out there, we're real motivated. We've studied our land shark system, our lease purchase system, whatever, wholesaling, whatever system we did. And then we just go and spend a lot of money on marketing. And then we make some phone calls, and then we make phone calls or get appointments. And and we're deer in the headlights because the prospect has heard it all before. We're not the first phone call they ever received. So what do? They either reject us, they tell us that they'll think about it, they pick our brain for 45 minutes for a free consultation and tell us thank you, Merry Christmas, and I'll get back to you, and you never hear from them again. That's insanity to do that kind of business model, in my opinion, because eventually you're going to get, so many people have taken so many different programs and courses. Why? Frustration. Okay, they're looking for something that works. When you're rewarded for your hard work and effort and you go to the bank, you're motivated to do it again and again. That's the story of my life and your life. Okay, so we've got to find the right system. First part is we have to have subject. We need three things. We need, what's our product or service? In your case, it's land. Okay, land is wonderful. I invest in land. I've made a lot of money with land. I still do. I love land. Okay, and it's great. You can keep it like a savings account. You can use it for equity in another deal. You can trade with. You can sell it, make instant pass income, or create notes out of it. It's wonderful. It's a great system. Number two, so you got to be knowledgeable a little bit about your system. Number two, you have to have leads. But how frustrating is it when you spend money, thousands of dollars on leads, and you're not speaking to people who are truly interested. All they want to do is reject you, get off the phone. I'm sorry.
It's soul crushing. It's depressing.
It just drains, it sucks the life out of you. It's the death vortex. Okay. So my concept is, and I did, and this is just recent, and we did a thing called marketing with guts. My theory is I call it the rule of five. I'd rather speak to 5 warm prospects or prospects who came to me. Okay, and we do this through incentives, through really good content on a variety of social media. So every day I have warm prospects. I don't need 1,000, 150. I just need 1 to 5. If I can speak to 5 people a day. Okay.
5 people a day. 5
people a day. That's all I need. You know how, and the rest of the day is yours. You know how much fun it is to go skiing or go on the beach in Hawaii and stuff after you just made some money off helping someone solve a problem, giving good value. And listen, I don't close everybody every day, but at least I have good conversations every day with people. So I have energy, I have motivation. The third part of the problem is, well, what you're saying and how you're saying it. Don't give presentations. Don't use scripts. Learn how to ask questions with pattern interrupts. Use setting up an agenda. Hey, Mr. Bowers, can I ask you a few questions? I have an idea. I would like to make you an offer on your property today, but I need a little bit more information. So can I ask you 2-3 quick questions?
Yeah,
you ask me a few, and I'll make you an offer. And it's okay to say no to me or fire me. Tell me to get lost. Is that fair, sir?
Fair enough.
Okay, good. Then I go to the second step, qualification. Qualification is the hard part. It's the meat and potatoes. Okay, apologies to my vegan friends out there, but it's learning how to ask questions to people, okay, and get the information and gain trust. We call it charismatic selling, getting people to know, like, and trust you in just a few minutes. We even give my students a little 3-minute timer. Okay, he's got it. Oh man, I'm impressed. And one of my students, this is funny, it gave me, whoops, it fell out. It gave me 3-minute timer cufflinks.
That's perfect.
Isn't that amazing? So basically, we qualify them. We get them in an emotional state. Okay, people make decisions emotionally, and then we go to the third step. We get commitment to close. You and I did that role play before. You were just about closing yourself in that. Did I tell you the history of land, part 1? Okay, sounds like a Mel Brooks movie. No. And so you've got to have basically a technique that solves people's problems. Like land is wonderful. They ain't making the stuff anymore. You've got to have a marketing system, and you've got to have a sales system. Those 3 things, and you practice. That's what I do with my students. We practice all the time. We role play. Do we have enough time to do another role play?
Yeah, let's do
something?
it. Let's do it.
Yeah, what do we want to do? Give me a role play.
All right.
Give me I'll think about it if you want, or whatever you want.
Yeah. So you cold called me because a lot of Rhino Nation
Want to
does a
hear a
lot of
pattern
cold calling.
interrupt cold call?
Yeah, let's do it.
Ring,
Let's do
ring.
it. Hello.
Yeah, hi. How can I help you?
You called me.
Oh,
What?
you're right. So you get a cookie. Hey, I'm sorry. This is Claude Diamond. I've got a post-it here with your phone number on it. This isn't about real estate, is it?
Oh my God! I've been getting so many calls about this house. Yes,
Isn't it annoying
the
as
house is in
hell? But you must have
foreclosure.
annoying as hell. I hate that. Oh my gosh. Meanwhile, I'm doing it. Sir, you must have sold that house by now, right?
No, it's in foreclosure, and you guys keep calling, sending me postcards. Like I'm
Okay.
frustrated. My wife thinks that like I'm going to jail or something.
Wow. You wouldn't want to sell it today and get some money, would you? Or get this problem gone?
I
Would you like
think
to
I'm
sell
gonna.
it right now?
I mean, that would
Now?
maybe help, but I think I'm gonna pull out of this. I think I'm gonna
Okay.
find the money. Uncle Bernie's gonna lend it to me.
Okay. So I only call people once, sir. I could make you an offer right now, and imagine this problem could be
What's
right
your offer?
behind you.
Claude, you sound like a smooth talker. What's your offer?
Oh, great question. Can I ask you 3 quick questions? Then you can ask me a few, and I'll make you an offer, and we'll do business, or I'll wish you Merry Christmas and leave you alone.
Yeah, I got a few minutes. I got to walk the Chihuahua here in a
There
second.
you go. Good man. Good man. Boom. That was called a pattern interrupt. That was one of my funny ones. Okay. Hi. Yes. Yes. Hello. How can I help you or whatever? I turned it right. You called me. Remember what you said?
Yeah, that threw me off a little bit. I was a little confused, even though I knew we were doing a role play. It did throw me off still.
Yeah, that's called a pattern interrupt. If we call up, hi, how are you? I'm just reaching out to you
Oh, you're another
today. Happy
salesperson.
holidays.
Click.
Click.
I would
Oh,
hang up on you because
but if
I
it's
know you're calling to sell me something.
yes, but if I call you up and I act like I know you or I'm getting back to you, and gee, how can I help you? Well, you called me, sir, I'm sorry it took me so long to get back to you. This isn't about real estate, is it? And I have a whole mind map of different pattern interrupts to start a phone call that makes you unique or distinguishes you from your competition. Your competition hires VAs with bad accents and bad language skills who call up people, and when we get those phone calls at dinner time, right? And what
Yeah,
do?
yeah,
We hang up right away.
yeah. Or the phone just stays on do not disturb because I'm sick of
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. We've got to do things different than our competition. And we've got to have fun on the way to the bank. I always say this. If people have problems, they're looking for a solution. I think I lost you, Brent.
I'm still here. It's recording. Don't
Oh,
worry. It's
okay, good. People, if you approach people in a completely different way, or if you approach them like they know, like you're getting back to them, or they know you already, they're going to be much nicer on the phone. They're going to be much more polite until they're sure who you are. And, and part of the agenda is telling people, listen, please fire me. It's okay to say no. I just don't, and I'll make you an even offer today. By the way, the part of the rule of 5, I make offers every day.
and
I always make an offer.
I'm
People
still
don't make
hung up
enough
on that.
offers. Say again, Brent.
Yeah, we got a little delay on the connection. I apologize.
That's
But
all right.
I'm still hung up on that. We need to slow that down a little bit. For anybody that missed that, rewind maybe the past 5 minutes when we were doing that role play. Claude calls me and I'm like, "What do you want?" Basically, and he totally pattern interrupted. Has anybody ever received a phone call like that? Because I'm still thinking about it. That would have kept me on the phone talking to you, Claude, and we would have had probably a 20, 30-minute conversation. The Chihuahua would have had to wait, which I don't have a Chihuahua, by the way, but just making things up.
Annoying little dog.
But you just got your foot in the door. You totally got your foot in the door, and you
Right.
had the stage now. The microphone is yours.
Yeah. People are people, okay? And the thing is, they will not initiate a conversation. And if it's once again, it's insanity. If you're calling up people and in the first nanosecond, you sound like a salesperson, okay? They're using the same old tired script that every guru is handing out. You're going to get 100% rejection. Then you're going to get frustrated. Then you're going to look for the next shiny object. All I do is try to engage people in conversations. And we teach people how to do this. It's so easy. And then once we get in a conversation, we set the rules with the agenda. We do a little qualification for money, time, motivation, needs and greeds, character, and be able to make a commitment or decision. And then we use a couple different things, putting them into almost a fantasy state. Imagine for a moment. You hear me use that word a
Yeah.
lot. Okay. And that's the emotional state. And then we go into the intellectual state. And this is how one guy working at home with no employees, giving good phone. That's all I do. Good Zoom, good phone, and speak to people. And you can make as much money as you want if you take care of the sales and marketing problem up front. If you just make a 10th, they say it's a numbers game, which triggers me really bad. Oh, make 10,000 phone calls, spend a lot of people to make a lot of phone calls and things like that. And meanwhile, you're not making money. You're just spending money. You're going into the red before you ever went in the black.
Yeah.
That's not the point.
You're spinning your wheels. With the right systems, with the right tools, we can get a lot more accomplished every single day. And what you say, going to the bank, that means you're making money.
Yeah,
We're
life
making
is
money.
good when you're making money. Isn't life good when you don't have the stress of worrying about money, when you're not you can't sleep, you're arguing, you're worried about your responsibilities because when you take money out of your life, you can concentrate on the things that are so important in life: family, helping other people, volunteer. My wife and I do a lot of volunteering for Lions clubs, and we just did a Feed the Hungry. We can do all these. We can be human beings, good human beings, because we remove the money part of our life.
Claude, you have given so much in this very short amount of time, and now if you're feeling Rhino Nation, if you're feeling overwhelmed, Claude has made a special offer. If you go to gutsrhino.com, you can see that special offer. Claude, what's in that special offer? I know we kind of briefly went over it there for a minute, but what are people going to get by going to gutsrhino.com?
Basically, they're going to get my marketing and guts package. They're going to get a month of mentoring, 4 private mentoring session with yours truly. And I promise I won't talk as fast as I'm doing now. And we can record it. We can practice. And I'll guarantee if you use my system, you will see results so quickly on it. And we're doing even a special price. I've knocked thousands off just for this short period of time, $9.95 for my new Guts Attraction marketing package. And I'll throw in my Guts sales package too, just to make it interesting. And a month of mentoring, $995. I'm not going to keep that link active for very long, though. That's my only restriction on it.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, Rhino Nation, I saw, whenever Joe McCall and Tom Kroll called you up on Zoom, I immediately took action that day. I got a couple deals that day from using your exact system.
Thank you.
And I just felt that I needed to keep using it. And I will tell you, you get frustrated if you go too many days, and it still happens to me. It happened last week when we talked. I was like, man, it's been a week and I haven't gotten any deals because you get used to getting deals every day and then it slows down. So how long can you go with that frustration before you quit? We have to refuel our gasoline tank. We have to keep that rocket fuel because it's a finite amount. We'll eventually run out of it if we're not getting results really quickly. And what you say with the results is going to the bank. We're in business to make money today. I learned that from you. Yeah.
Solve people's problems, have a lot of fun. But if we're doing the same old tired things that don't work, that's crazy. I believe in the Missouri license plate. Show me. That's what guys like you and I do. We show people exactly what we're doing. And if they do the same thing, hopefully they'll get the same results or even better. I love when people like you and other people that I've taught come back to me, Claude, I just made more money in a week than I made than most people make in a year. And I say, oh my God, I love that. It's telling the truth to people. It's not the traditional, just giving them a lot of motivation. We want to give them the tools. We want to teach them how to fish. Okay. Yeah. Not give them the fish.
And they'll eat for a lifetime. Well, Claude, thank you so much for joining. I know I got you up early this morning. I also gave you a really tight time commitment, and I knew that was scaring you a little bit, but you did it. We did it. And guys, Rhino Nation, I hope you enjoyed this episode. I want you to go to gutsrhino.com, see that special offer, G.U.T.S. RHINO.com. And what's amazing about Claude is he put his actual phone number on this screen here. And believe it or not, he answers his phone. I'm going to go ahead and give it out, 619-206-5960. God bless Rhino Nation. Thanks, Claude.
Bye. Thank you, guys.